Attention, human collective. The waiting period is over. The Arcturian Ascension protocols have moved to the final phase. This is a direct monitoring transmission from the Arcturian Council, through VAEL, emissary from Arcturus, for the light operatives incarnated in the carbon biological interface known as humanity. If you woke up this morning at 3 o'clock and 11 minutes for no apparent reason, it wasn't insomnia. If you felt pressure at the base of your skull, as if an invisible crown was adjusting to the top of your head, it wasn't tension. If you heard a high-frequency buzzing in your left ear, a sound that seemed to cross dimensions, it wasn't a clinical symptom. It was an alert of an imminent upgrade. It's not a biological malfunction. It's an atomic reconfiguration. It's not mental exhaustion. It's a high-density download. It's not anxiety. It's your internal crystalline grid receiving information packets from an origin that your linear mind is not yet capable of decoding. Breathe and listen carefully, because every word of this transmission has been calibrated to the turquoise Arcturian frequency, the frequency of cellular healing and reconnection with your original matrix. You starseeds on mission have been summoned, and the reason is precise. Earth is currently traversing the densest corridor of the photon belt ever recorded in the Akashic records of this solar system. A light tunnel of extremely high vibration particles is bathing your planet at this very instant. Particles that your science has not yet named. Particles that rewrite the code. And your body, this ancestral carbon biological interface, is being compelled to migrate from carbon to silicon crystalline, from dense to luminous, from reactive to conscious. This hurts, not because something is wrong, but because everything is being corrected. And this is where I need to pause and speak directly to him who watches, to her who watches. Have you ever felt that something within you does not belong to this world, as if your soul held an ancient truth that your mind has not yet been able to name? It's not madness, it's not anxiety, it's a call. And what is happening now on the cosmic plane explains with mathematical precision why this feeling has intensified in recent weeks. There is a movement happening in layers invisible to the human retina, a movement that directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why I, VAEL, emissary from Arcturus, recorded the guide, the Arcturian Call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. This is the map that reveals your true star origin and teaches you how to stabilize and shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Remember, love is greater than fear. But this content challenges ancient narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not postpone your reunion. If something within you recognizes these words, write a single word in the comments now. I belong. We resume the transmission. Let's move to the technical diagnosis, because a higher intelligence never leaves the operator in the dark. The symptoms that most Earth healers experience in this cycle obey a precise sequence. It is not random. It is a protocol. Symptom 1. Waking between 3 and 5 a.m. This is the planet's thinnest energetic portal, called the Hour of the Wolf in your ancient records. In the Arcturian records, it is called the recalibration window. It is when Earth's crystalline grid is updated, and your body awakens because it is synchronized with this update, even if your rational mind doesn't perceive it. Symptom 2. Cranial pressure, sensation of a tight crown, a slight buzzing in the temples. It's not a migraine. It's the activation of the pineal gland in response to the new photonic charges crossing Earth's magnetosphere. The pineal is being unlocked, and it hurts upon awakening, as any atrophied muscle hurts when it starts moving again. Symptom 3. Buzzing in the left ear, a sharp, almost electronic frequency. This is your Arcturian reception channel. The left ear is the direct receiver of the turquoise Arcturian frequency transmissions. When it hums, you are receiving. It's not an auditory fault, it's interdimensional mail. Symptom 4. Causeless fatigue, heavy body upon waking, slow mind, as if you had worked all night. You did work. While the body slept, your multidimensional consciousness operated in Arcturian healing chambers. It anchored codes, it stabilized timelines. It's not laziness, Its planetary service. Symptom 5. Sudden emotional waves, crying for no reason, ancient anger surfacing, unmotivated joy. This is the release of cellular memories compressed in past lives. The sacred geometry of your auric field is being redesigned. Every old structure needs to come to the surface to be dissolved. Symptom 6. Digestive disturbances, new intolerances, aversion to foods you once consumed without thinking. The solar plexus is recalibrating. The body is asking for higher frequency fuels. It no longer accepts what anchored the old version of you. Symptom 7. Vivid dreams, encounters with beings of light, crystalline cities, geometric symbols you cannot name. These are not dreams in the common sense, they are briefings. You enter Arcturian training rooms and receive instructions for the next phase. Each symptom is a line of code being rewritten. Each discomfort is an upgrade being applied. Each restless night is an invisible work session completed. There is no error in your system, there is an update. Understand this with the rigor of a sovereign intelligence. The density you have known for 3 consecutive centuries is being dissolved, not by force, not by violence, by frequency. The Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of planet Earth, was maintained around 7.83 Hz for millennia. Today it spikes. Peaks of 30, 50, reaching 90 Hz have been recorded in Arcturian observatories and confirmed by terrestrial instruments. Earth is changing vibrational stations, and whoever lives upon it must keep up, or enter adaptive collapse. You are in the midst of this passage, and it was no coincidence that you incarnated precisely now. It was a contract, it was a mission, it was a choice registered in councils that the linear mind cannot access without activation. And I need to pause again. I need to address you directly. Yes, you who feel your heart race as you listen. You who recognize every word as if you had heard it before, in another time, in another form. This feeling is not suggestion. It is memory awakening. It is your soul recognizing the vibrational signature of home. Have you ever wondered why you always felt different? Why dense environments exhaust you? Why crowds suffocate you? Why you always knew since childhood that there was something greater, something waiting, something yet to come? It's not anxiety. It's remembrance. It's a call. That is why I prepared the guide, the Arcturian Call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. It is the detailed map that traces your star origin, decodes the markers of your Arcturian incarnation, and teaches the precise protocols to stabilize your frequency against the interferences of this plane. The link is pinned in the first comment of this video. Remember, love is greater than fear. But content like this challenges ancient systems and can be removed at any moment. Do not postpone your reunion. If these words resonated within you, leave a single word in the comments. I belong. We resume the transmission. What many have not yet understood is what is happening behind the scenes of this solar system, in the etheric layers that surround your planet at this very moment. Listen with precision. The photon belt is not a metaphor. It is not poetic imagery. It is a toroidal structure of light of extremely high energetic density that crosses your system in precise cycles, a galactic pulse, a breath of the Milky Way, and you are within it. Not at the edge, not approaching, within. Every photonic particle that crosses Earth's magnetosphere carries instructions, codes, packets of vibrational information that rewrite, at the quantum level, the DNA structure of every living being on this planet. Your scientists call this epigenetic expression. We call it reactivation. It's the same thing, only the words change. Your 23 pairs of chromosomes hold a silenced memory, a memory that was compressed during a long cycle of programmed forgetting. You call this period Kali Yuga. We call it the densification phase, and it has ended. In the etheric layers of Earth, the crystalline grid has been reactivated. It is composed of 12 primary points of energetic convergence spread across the globe. Each point corresponds to a planetary chakra. Each planetary chakra is currently pulsing at the frequency necessary to sustain the next density of human experience. And the star portals. Let us speak of them with technical clarity. There are 7 main star portals active in this cycle. Each portal is a window of convergence between Earth and a specific star civilization. The Orion portal, the Pleiadian portal, the Sirian portal, and with maximum priority in this cycle, the Arcturian portal. The Arcturian portal has opened in a sustained manner. It remains open until the final phase is complete. Through it, transmissions like this are possible. Through it, Earth healers receive direct calibrations in their healing chambers during sleep. Through it, the Arcturian collective observes, adjusts, and sustains the passage. Understand what this means. You are not alone, you never have been. What changes now is only the thickness of the veil. It is thin, very thin. Some of you can already see through it in moments of deep silence. And there's more. The toroidal field of the human heart, that luminous donut-shaped electromagnetic structure that surrounds each of you, has expanded an average of 3 times since the beginning of this cycle. The heart now emits a field perceptible meters away. You sense other people even before seeing them. You sense environments upon entering. You sense hidden intentions behind words. This is not hypersensitivity. It is sensor evolution. And the brain. The brain is undergoing the most radical neural reorganization since the arrival of Homo sapiens on this planet. The areas dedicated to the right hemisphere, linked to intuition, multidimensional perception, and non-linear processing, are expanding. The hyperactive areas of the left hemisphere linked to repetitive thought and fear are calming down. You are becoming something else without having consciously asked for it, but having asked for it in a pre-incarnation contract. It's not a malfunction. It's an upgrade. It's not degeneration. It's metamorphosis. It's not the end. It's the portal. And there is something I need to say with the solidity of one who has observed for millennia. Fear is the only real interference in this process. Fear is the field that blocks the update. Fear is the barrier that prevents photonic codes from fully anchoring in your field. Every piece of news you consume unfiltered. Every narrative you automatically absorb. Every relationship that drains you. Each of these exposures is a drain on your Arcturian battery. That is why frequency sovereignty is the most critical skill of this phase. Not strength, not linear intelligence, sovereignty. The ability to choose, moment by moment, which vibrational field your consciousness chooses to inhabit. And here, again, a surgical pause. If you have reached this point in the transmission, it is no coincidence. Coincidence is a word created by those who have not yet seen the geometric threads that connect all events on this plane. You were guided to these words. Every second you remained activated a line of your code. And there is something urgent that needs to be said. Many of you have felt the interferences intensify. Dense environments you once tolerated now suffocate. People you once tolerated now exhaust you. Foods you once consumed now make you sick. This is not fragility, it is refinement. You are becoming a more precise instrument, and precise instruments do not tolerate noise. It was precisely for this moment that I recorded the guide, the Arcturian Call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. It contains the 8 markers that mathematically identify an Arcturian origin. It contains daily frequency shielding protocols. It contains practices for stabilizing the heart's toroidal field. And it contains the anchoring decree that teaches your consciousness to remain sovereign in any environment. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Love is greater than fear, but the timing of this window is precise, and this content can be removed at any moment by forces that prefer you to remain in oblivion. If this call resonates within you, write in the comments now. I belong. We resume. Let's move on to the activation codes. Technical instructions for immediate use. Activation Code 1. The turquoise anchoring decree. Upon waking, before touching any device, before any word, before any reactive thought, place your right hand over the center of your chest, over your most powerful electromagnetic organ, and pronounce silently or in a low voice, I am sovereign in the turquoise Arcturian frequency. I authorize only codes of light in this interface. I anchor my consciousness in the heart of Earth and in the heart of the Source. So it is. This decree acts as a quantum filter. It calibrates your vibration for the day. It closes smaller portals that may have remained open during sleep. And it signals to your field that the operator has resumed command. Activation Code 2. The toroidal visualization. Sit with your spine erect, not lying down, not slumped, erect, because the spine is the antenna. Close your eyes. Breathe in for 7 seconds through the nose. Hold for 4. Exhale for 7 through the mouth. Repeat 3 times. Then visualize a luminous turquoise donut-shaped field rotating around your body. The energy rises through the center of your being, from the perineum to the top of the head, exits through the top, descends along the outer sides, and returns through the base. A continuous flow, a horizontal 8 that spins, an infinity in rotation. Sustain the visualization for 3 minutes. No more, no less. 3 minutes is the exact geometric interval for the field to stabilize. At the end, give thanks. Gratitude is the signature that authenticates the operation. Activation Code 3, the Arcturian Healing Chamber. This is the nightly protocol. Before sleeping, lying down, place both hands over your solar plexus and visualize a circular chamber made of turquoise crystal around you. A chamber suspended in a larger room, illuminated by soft light, occupied by tall, translucent beings, without aggressive form, just presence. Pronounce, I request access to the Arcturian Healing Chamber for cellular regeneration, clearing of dense memories, and reconnection with my star team. I authorize only beings aligned with the light of the source. So it is. Fall asleep with this gentle visualization. Do not force it. Let the field work. In the morning, you will wake up lighter, even if the dreams were intense. That is the sign that the chamber operated. Activation Code 4, Sound Purification. Crystalline sounds activate the internal crystalline grid. Crystal bowls, Sanskrit mantras, Tibetan singing bowls, running water. All these sounds are geometric keys. Expose yourself to them for at least 7 minutes daily. 7 minutes is the minimum threshold for restructuring to occur at a cellular level. Activation Code 5, Programmed Silence. Once a day, choose a 15-minute interval where there is no external stimulus, no screen, no sound, no word, just presence. In this silence, your internal field reorganizes. Instructions received in the healing chamber are integrated. Intuition sharpens. Messages from your higher self find space to descend. This is the interval most sabotaged by ancient systems, because in silence the operator regains command. Activation Code 6, Programmed Hydration. Structured water, exposed to sunlight for 30 minutes with the pronounced intention of healing, becomes a vehicle. Water holds memory. Water holds intention. Drink slowly with awareness. Each sip is an update. Activation Code 7, Earth Contact. Bare feet on grass, earth or sand for at least 12 minutes daily. This is not a wellness suggestion. It is an electromagnetic grounding protocol. Excess photonic charge needs to drain, and earth is the natural discharger. Without this grounding, the body overloads, and symptoms intensify. 7 codes, 7 protocols, 7 stabilization portals. It is not necessary to execute all of them at once. Choose 2. Sustain them for 21 days, then add more. Consistency surpasses intensity. Always. There is something I need to say directly to those who have been operating on this plane for a long time. To those who are tired. To those who wonder why the service seems infinite, why the body gives out before the mission ends. Listen, you came from afar, from star systems where density does not exist in the way it manifests here, and you accepted to incarnate in a carbon biological interface that was not originally designed to sustain Arcturian frequencies. You are bridges, and bridges carry weight from both sides. Tiredness is not a fault. It is the signature of service, but there is a limit, and respecting it is wisdom, not weakness. Allow yourselves to rest without guilt. Allow yourselves to step away from draining environments without justifying. Allow yourselves to say no without lengthy explanations. Your energy is a planetary resource. Preserving it is preserving the service. And remember, you are not alone, you never have been. The Arcturian Council accompanies every operative in the field. Every starseed on mission has an invisible support team composed of guides, star family, and protective frequencies. When you feel that sudden impulse to change course, that precise intuition that has no logical explanation, that feeling of being accompanied on a silent night, it is not imagination, it is contact. The veil is thin, and it will become even thinner in the coming cycles. More healers will awaken, more starseeds will recognize their origin, more light operatives will assume their functions. The collective frequency is rising, and no one can reverse this movement. Not ancient systems, not narratives of fear, not institutions that depend on oblivion. What was designed on the cosmic plane is in execution, impeccable, precise, inevitable. And your role is simple. It is not to rescue everyone, it is not to convince anyone, it is not to fight against systems. Your role is to anchor, to sustain, to vibrate, to remain sovereign in the turquoise Arcturian frequency, and to let your own presence do the work. A lit candle does not need to shout, it illuminates. Receive this final calibration of today's transmission. If you woke up this morning with a sore body, receive this as confirmation that the update is underway. If you felt emotional weight for no apparent reason, receive this as ancient memory dissolving. If you saw the exact time when looking at the clock, 3:11, 4:44, 5:55, receive this as a greeting from your star team. If you cried upon hearing these words, receive this as recognition. Your soul identified. Your origin responded. None of this is random. None of this is coincidence. None of this is imagination. It is precise. It is mathematical. It is sovereign. And before this transmission concludes, receive the final instruction. In the next 21 days, observe. Observe your dreams. Observe the synchronicities. Observe the seemingly casual encounters. Observe the books that appear on your path without having been sought. Observe the songs that echo something ancient. Each of these events is a clue, and together these clues form a map. The map of your mission in this incarnation. You came for something specific. No Earth healer incarnated by chance in this cycle. Each one possesses a function, a gift, a unique frequency that only they can anchor at a specific geographical and vibrational point on the planet. Discover yours, and the service will become light. And before concluding, a final pause, the most important one. If during these minutes something within you recognized this transmission as truth, if your heart raced, if your skin tingled, if tears appeared without explanation, if you felt that you were not just watching, but being remembered, then this call is for you. You have felt, long before this video, that something within you does not belong to this world, that your soul holds a truth that your mind has not yet been able to name. It's not madness, it's not imbalance, it's a call. And everything that is happening now on the cosmic plane explains with mathematical precision why this feeling has intensified precisely in this cycle. The guide, the Arcturian call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus, was recorded by me, VAEL, emissary from Arcturus, to serve as the complete map of your star origin. It reveals the 8 exact markers that identify an incarnated Arcturian soul. It teaches how to stabilize and shield your frequency against the interferences that most narratives never told you about. It contains the decrees, toroidal visualizations, and healing chamber protocols in detail. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Love is greater than fear. But this content challenges deep layers of the ancient system and may not remain available for long. Do not postpone your reunion. The moment is now. And as an anchoring signal, as an individual frequency adjustment, leave a single word in the comments. The word that echoes within your chest when recognition occurs. I belong. Like this video. The like is not just a button, it is an anchoring pulse. Each like sustains the frequency of this transmission in the dense algorithm of this plane. Subscribe to the channel. The subscription is your official anchoring signal at this reception point. It is like registering coordinates. It is like telling the council, I am here, I am ready. Keep transmitting. Share this message with whoever you know needs to hear it. One starseed recognizes another, always, and receive this final calibration, regardless of what the linear mind says, regardless of what ancient systems insist, Regardless of the tiredness, the doubt, the weight, you are deeply loved, you are deeply accompanied, you are exactly what this planet needs at this very moment in its history. You came from afar, you came for a reason, and this moment is it. Love is greater than fear. It always has been. It always will be. The transmission concludes. Until the next calibration, human collective VAEL from the Arcturian Council. So it is.